So in order to look at a conclusion, first I want to take a second and talk about your introduction. If you look at this triangle, see how it's upside down. When you write an introduction, it starts really, really general, really broad with a hook. Then it starts to get more specific and talks about that background information. And then it ends really specifically with a thesis. That is how an introduction looks. So now hit pause and draw this triangle into your notes, please. Now to look at the conclusion. The conclusion is sort of the opposite of an introduction. That's why we use the symbol of a triangle. The first step for a conclusion is to restate your thesis in new words. That's very specific. Then it starts to get a little more general, where you summarize that most important information or evidence. And then it ends pretty general with that final idea or thought or challenge or even a final hook. So hit pause and copy this triangle down into your notes. So there are 3 steps to a conclusion. The first step is you restate the thesis using new words. The second step is you summarize that most important information from your essay. And the third step is you have that final idea, challenge, or thought. So pause here, copy these 3 steps down, please. Now let's talk about conclusion, restate the thesis. I want you to only copy down the blue part. If you want to copy the example, you may on the back of your notes, but I want you to copy just that blue part right now. So hit pause and copy the blue part. So here is an example of how you can restate your thesis. The thesis of this fake paper would be, the theme of the importance of community is developed by the actions of Kim, Se-young, and Curtis. A way to restate it would be to start with the character's name. So because remember, you're not restating the prompt here, you're actually restating the thesis. So a way to mix it up would be to start with what you ended with on your thesis. So in this case, we start with Kim, Se-young, and Curtis are some of the most important characters in the book Seed Folks. Through their thoughts and deeds, the importance of community is emphasized. So that's a way to restate the thesis, say the same thing essentially, but in new words. For the second part, summarize important information, I would like you to copy the green part down. This part states, emphasize and or restate important evidence and or ideas for thesis. So hit pause and copy that green part down, please. Now let's look at the example. Although Kim, Se-young, and Curtis all show the importance of community, Se-young shows it the best when she buys the funnels. This is the most important evidence to support the entire paper that you've written. So in summarize important information, you are restating the most important evidence, the most important points. So please make sure you've copied this down. Not the example, unless you want to, of course. Now, for your conclusion, your final idea, please copy all 4 of these down. If you don't have room on the front of your notes, please go ahead and turn your notes over and copy this on the back. So the first thing for a final idea is that you could finish the hook from your intro. For example, if you asked a question, maybe you answer the question now in yours. Or 2, use a new hook. So write a whole new question at the end of your paper or a whole new anecdote. 3, charge your audience to do something based on your thesis. Give them something to do. Or 4, give them a warning based on your thesis. And we're going to look at examples on the next slide. So go ahead and hit pause and copy these 4 down. So here's an example of an entire conclusion, but let's jump down to the green part first. I'm going to read you just the green. The green states, so if you are ever feeling lonely or depressed, I challenge you to join a community garden or any activity and you will feel better. So that is what I mean by a charge or a little bit of a warning. So it's telling you what to do based on your paper. It's also a little bit like should your reader learn or take away from reading your paper? What should they get out of it? You flat out tell them exactly what they should do based on what they've learned. So to read this entire conclusion paragraph, it states, Kim, Se-young, and Curtis are some of the most important characters in the book Seed Folks. Through their thoughts and deeds, the importance of community is emphasized. So that's our restate. While there are many examples of this theme, it is best seen when Se-young buys a funnel for the community garden. There's your most important evidence. And then our final idea. So if you are ever feeling lonely or depressed, I challenge you to join a community garden or any activity and you will feel better. And that is all for this. Thank you.